it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button down below right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as we go along if you're enjoying the content. If you don't know who I am Sandra Burmy, author of this beautiful book, Asexual Perspectives, 47 Asexual Stories, Love, Life and Sex, a celebration of asexual diversity. I'm also the founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. Welcome, Heather. Lovely to see you. Oh, thanks for the thumbs straight away. You are actually going to absolutely love this video. So this episode is all about self-love and how to have self-love, how to practice self-love. I got my self-love t-shirt on. This is what my dad bought me. He bought me this for Christmas. I don't know if you can see with the light, but it says love your fabulous self. So it's really, really nice t-shirt. So it's really good. So this is so important. Practicing self-love. Right. So first of all, I'm going to take you through a day of the type of things I do to make sure I'm self-loving, okay? So when I wake up in the morning, I do gratitude, what I'm grateful for. And you might think, why is this self-love? Because if you're grateful and thankful for the things around you every day, you feel more happy, alive and energetic within yourself, and you feel more love for what you do have. And that in turn manifests itself in your body as love, feeling of love and worthiness within yourself by being grateful for what you have. So when I wake up in the morning, I'll say things like, I'm really grateful today for the roof over my head, the food in my belly, the money in my purse, things like that. The simple things, the little things, the big things. You know, I've got a flat, I've got my own flat, I rent it, but it's, you know, I've been here for years. I'm financially independent. You know, I thrive on my own. I love my life. I love getting out of bed in the morning. And all these things really, really help when you first wake up to start feeling that love. If you're grateful for what you already have, even the small things, it manifests itself into a very positive, feel-good state for your day. That you're more able to love yourself if you're feeling good about yourself, if you're feeling happy, grateful and thankful for what you've got. It's very, very important you do this because it all feeds into that self-love. It feeds into that worthiness. It feeds into that happiness. It stops you from having depression, right? You can't love yourself as much if you're depressed because you will end up hating your life, hating yourself, feeling bad about yourself. And it's a perpetual cycle of you know, not feeling good. So you have to start making yourself feel good, which is part of helping you to love yourself. So wake up in the morning, just open your eyes and say, I'm grateful and thankful. List at least 3 things you're grateful and thankful for every day. The minimum of 3 things. You can do that. If you're breathing, that's 1. You know, people are dead. People are dying. People have got terminal illnesses. You're alive, you're breathing, you've lived another day. You're here to live today. That's the most wonderful, precious gift of all is life. You know, if you're indoors in a home, you've got a roof over your head. Some people don't have that. That's another thing to be grateful for. If you've got some money in your purse or money in your bank right now, it's something to be grateful for. If you've got a job, other people don't have a job. May not be the best job in the world, but it's something to be grateful and thankful for. You know, pets, grateful, thankful for pets. Family members, friends, the list can go on and on and on. If you see what I'm saying, gratitude is the right attitude to have in the morning. So you wake up with an attitude of gratitude, as I call it. Okay, and then you should have positive affirmations that you should be saying to yourself every morning. Things like, I love me. I'm amazing. I'm incredible. I'm wonderful. I'm awesome. I'm great. You know, you say these out loud to yourself. There's a lot of videos on YouTube called I am affirmations. All you have to do is pick one of them that feels good to you and say it every morning over and over and over and again. And that puts you in a really good state of frame of mind. And it's all to do with yourself, feeling great about yourself, feeling wonderful about yourself, you know? Don't start thinking negatively, thinking, well, I'm not feeling good about myself. You need to get into a positive state. You're not going to get into a positive state unless you practice a positive state. You need to be practicing, repeating things, doing things over and over and over again to get good things and positive things in your mind. So this is all about self-loving, you know, look in the mirror, make some affirmations like yourself. I do, you know, I'll say things like I'm gorgeous, I'm intelligent, I'm amazing, I'm determined, I'm successful, you know, and I'll look at these in the mirror and I'll have positive affirmations all around my mirrors. I got positive affirmations in the toilet. So when I'm cleaning my teeth now, I'm saying I feel good, I feel happy, I feel pleasure, I feel loved, I feel safe, I have faith. There you go, my 6 affirmations I say that are by my mirror every single day. You know, these are by my mirror in the toilet when I clean my teeth, or even when I go to the toilet. They're next to when I wash my hands. I can't help but seeing they're smacking me in the face. Do you know what I mean? So I say these things when you go in the shower. Come out of the shower, look at yourself naked and start loving your body, right? You may freak you out. You may not like looking at it at first, but look at your body. Like, I hate nakedness, right? But I do love my own body. I've trained myself. How did I do that? Because I started getting out of the shower. It's like exercise. Lovely, Heather. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, it's only when you do something repetitively, like exercise, that you can see it over and over again. And if exercise makes you feel good, then do exercise. I actually do exercise every morning, which I haven't actually mentioned because I forgot about them. So yeah, I do some exercises every day, usually to strengthen my arms. I don't know if you can see, I've got quite big arms for a girl. I don't know if you can see that. They're quite muscly. That's 10, that's 10 press-ups on my mat. You know, sometimes I do a bit more, but usually it's 10. Just keeps them toned. And so, yeah, it's important you do exercise if you can, if you've got the mobility there, which I always recommend doing some. So I do like 10 press-ups for my arms. That's to keep for my back, really. And then I do exercise every morning, like usually inner thighs, tummy. I can only do like 10 sit-ups usually because I have fibromyalgia. If anyone's watching this channel right now and they didn't know, so fibromyalgia pain can be made worse by exercise. So you've got to be very careful what you do. So obviously you want to be in a good state for the rest of your day, not a bad state. So if I don't do any exercise, a lot of the time my body hurts more. But if I do some, I can only do a few. If I go over that, then sometimes I can't do them for 3 days. Do you know what I mean? It's too much. I mean, for the average person, it wouldn't be too much, but for someone who's got a fibro body, you have to like work with what you've got and know your limits and still push yourself at the same time a little bit. So you've got a good balance there. I usually do neck exercises as well. Like, whee! I haven't done as many today, actually. And so, yeah, anyway, exercise is really important. So when you get out of the so usually I do what I'm grateful for. I go to the toilet and then in my affirmations, I have a big glass of water as well. Water is very, very good for hydration. It makes you feel much better in yourself. Your body gives you more energy as well. So you should always be drinking water when you wake up as well. So I do my exercise before I go in the shower. Then I've gone in the shower, literally come out of the shower. I've got a mirror in my hallway. So where I usually dry my hair. So that means it's a full length mirror. So I have to look at myself. Well, I could block myself out naked if I want to, but I don't. I stand there admiring my body. And I even say stuff like, you're goddamn sexy, Sandra, even though I'm asexual, right? And asexuals as a general rule, they don't want sex. They don't like it. They don't need it as a general rule. I still want to appreciate and love my own body. You know, I saw some article I saw some people in forums like saying, oh, you know, if you don't like nudity, not to me, they were saying to other people, like, if you don't like getting naked, then you've got a problem with your body and all the rest of it. And I wanted to make sure that I wasn't that type of person, because I don't like nudity, but I wanted to make sure that I was comfortable personally with my own body being naked, so I was never going to be that type of person that had a problem with it. And I actually do love my body. I really do love it. I love it so much because I got so used to seeing it now. I'm like, wow, that's gorgeous, because my skin's very soft and gentle. Like, for my birth certificate age, it's in very good condition. It looks very, very young, my skin, you know. and my body, you know, the skin all over my body looks really young, and I'm very, very, very grateful and thankful for that, you know. So I shave my arms and legs all the time as well, so there's baby soft skin, you know. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's good for me. And I think you've got to accept as well your imperfections, you know, that everything might not be perfect, but it's perfectly perfect for you because you're an imperfect person, but it's right for you to be that way. Do you see what I'm saying? So you've got to embrace your imperfections as your perfect self, being imperfect. So it's really, really important you do that and you have a good attitude towards yourself. And this is, again, is all a part of self-loving. So you need to speak really nicely to yourself throughout the day as well. So once you've come out the shower, it takes a while. You have to force yourself to look at yourself naked, right? You have to do that for a while, and you have to start saying stuff about your body like it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's great, it's, you know, and touch your body and feel it and start loving it, you know. Takes a long time. It doesn't, you know, if you're not naturally that way inclined, it doesn't just come to you. You can't just like, oh, I love my body and actually like really enjoy every bit of it. But once you keep doing it and keep doing it, your mind gets into a habit, and then it automatically starts saying, oh, you look gorgeous, you look sexy, you look beautiful. You might not use the word sexy, a lot of asexuals won't, but I do, because I just even though I'm asexual, I still think I look sexy because I get loads of sexual guys after me, which is probably why I think that as well. But you know what I mean? I'm not, you know, I'm just having it for me. I'm not interested in other guys looking at me naked, just me, which is really nice for myself, you know, and it pumps me a lot of it pumps me up with a lot of confidence as well, because obviously you need to become more self-confident, which is part of self-loving. So once you've done all that throughout the day, you need to be saying positive stuff. Don't start watching the TV. Cut the TV out. Cut the news out. Cut anything that's got rape, death, murder, violence. Get rid of it. Out of your life. Gone. Forget it. Yes, you've been watching it for years. Yes, you've been taught as a kid, you've got to watch the news. You've got to watch the TV. You don't have to do that. Get rid of it. What's it doing in your life? You know there's death, rape, destruction, murder. Why do you need to keep looking at it and putting that in your brain and pounding your head with it? You don't. Is that going to help you self-love? It's just going to help you be afraid of the world, be scared, think everyone's bad. And like, it's not going to be good for your brain. You want to self-love. You want to get into a place where your world is as good and kind and caring as it can possibly be, which means getting good friends as well, which is part of self-loving, letting go of those people that aren't good for you anymore, or at least minimizing your time you spend with them. You know, you have to minimize the time you spend with them or get rid of them and get new and better friends in your life. Because if you love yourself enough and you're being treated badly by your friends or by nearest and dearest, they're manipulating you, controlling you, not being nice to you, don't really care about you, it's not self-love if you're just hanging on to those people. It's just like, you know, you're not valuing your worth. So you need to be, you know, getting away from those people or minimizing the time you spend with them. You know, so this is all part of self-loving. And throughout the day, you should be saying positive stuff. This is really hard to say positive stuff to yourself all day throughout the day. It doesn't always work, I'll be honest, you know. I find myself starting to criticize myself sometimes, you know. I found myself starting to say, you're a bit slow, Sandra, you know, like, what are you doing? You spent ages, like, I'm editing a book, as you know, at the moment, fibre book, my last bit of editing. And it's taking longer and longer. Like, I was supposed to finish it. I wanted it finished last week, but it's not happening. But I'm adding more to the book, which is making it even better. And I'm really making sure that I pick up on all the little errors. But a lot of it's not just about errors. It's about adding stuff. Like, I've added more stuff today to a certain section that will enhance the book, that will help people more. Do you know what I mean? So I'm still trying to add stuff at the last minute, because I'm like, oh, I've read this and now I think I'll need this information. There's another bit I need to add as well. So actually the book is getting longer than it was. So, but it's really important that instead of saying to myself, you're taking long, I'm thinking, yes, I am taking longer, but I'm calm, I'm relaxed, I'm in control, I'm enjoying the book writing process, I'm enjoying the editing, which I don't usually find editing that enjoyable, to be honest. But this book I just find incredible. I'm writing a really amazing book. I like it myself. I'm enjoying writing it, you know? And so because I'm enjoying, because I'm editing it and adding bits to it, taking bits out, it's making me feel good. So that's another thing about self-love. You should be working on your passions, hobbies, interests, what ignites your light. Heather, I know you love doing artwork, you know? So whatever is your passion, you should be following that. You should be doing it as much as possible. Now I've got back into writing. I'm doing writing a lot more. My days are just so happier. I'm like walking on air a lot more. I'm feeling better about myself. I'm feeling happier about my life. I'm feeling more focused and in control, more calmer, more relaxed, more, in a better state for myself. So always try and fit your passions in to your life, what enthuses you, what makes you really happy, as much and as often, as frequently as possible, because when you do, you get engrossed in it and it starts making you feel really good. So you're taking your mind off any problems you have, and you're focusing on something that makes you feel good. So you're actually putting good energy in there. So you want to be getting away from bad energy in your life, which is obviously what I've said about watching stuff on TV, news, all that media stuff, like people that are no good for you, getting rid of that and getting good energy into your life, people who love you, care about you, and love yourself. If you love yourself, right, if you have to let friends, people go that are no good for you anymore, you won't feel so bad if you're loving yourself, because you'll still have yourself as the center of your world and universe, so it won't come crashing down, which is what's so important, to really love yourself. So and that's another thing, excuse me, drinking water, but I needed to drink something. So it's really important on your self-love journey to do that, interests and hobbies, and things you should be saying to yourself throughout days. When you hear, you're like, be conscious of your thoughts. So start becoming aware of what you're saying to yourself. And if you're saying something negative, like I started saying I'm going too slow, and I was thinking, Sandra, you're calm. You're calmer than you've been in a long while. You're enjoying the process. It's taking you longer than you'd hoped. Yes, it's a difficult book for you to write, because writing about fibro, when you don't usually think about it, can induce your pain, which then can make you like think about it consciously more, which can hurt you more. So it's hard for you to write the book. So stop dwelling on it, go and do something else. So I went out and did some food shopping, come back, just tried to take no notice of that factor and just carry on writing it, and so you have to kind of like put good thoughts in there. When you're saying, I'm not doing well, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that, you have to say, yeah, but I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm okay, I'm doing good, I mean, you should compare yourself as well is you should only compare yourself to you. Don't compare yourself to other people. That is another major thing for self-love. Don't compare yourself to other people and get jealous. Don't compare yourself to other people and think that person's got more friends than me, or that person looks better than me, or that person's thinner than me, or that person's got better hair than me. You can admire other people, but don't admire them in a way that you think they're better than you or got something you haven't. So if you admire someone, admire them for who they are, but admire yourself for who you are. Don't ever come from a place of lack. It's like sometimes I do go on other channels and I'm thinking, these people, they got like 5,000 followers for their asexual channel. And then I think to myself, and Sandra, yep, they have. But are you going to be them? No. Are you going to change your channel style for them? No. Are you going to just specifically tell people what they want to hear? No. What do you like to do? Keep it real. Why do people watch you? Why have you got a community? Because you people who watch your actual channel and take part are the ones that are the people that matter to you. The people that are following you because they know that you're about something. You're not just about getting numbers on a channel. You're not just about telling people what they want to hear. You're about, like going off topic a bit, like going off into like spiritual stuff sometimes, or going off into practical advice. You're sharing your own asexual life journey constantly, which is more than they're doing. And they can't be me and I can't be them. I can't force myself to change and look like that channel just to get more subscribers, because it's not who I am. It just isn't. And sometimes you have to realize that you can work really hard in the background, and you might not be as well known, or you might not be as many subscribers for a long time. That doesn't mean to say it's not going to happen. It doesn't mean to say like one time something, I might do one video, it might go viral, and then I might get thousands of followers, or subscribers. I mean, I have like over 70,000 people that have viewed this channel, but I talk about very controversial subjects. So obviously some people who are asexual, they won't want to subscribe to that. They won't want to know about controversial topics. They won't want to know about taboo topics. They'll want to stay in their realm of very samey type of stuff that they relate to, and that's fine. So I think you've got to you have to stop comparing yourself to other people. You have to think, that's them, they do them, you do you. And another thing with self-love as well is you have to accept that other people may reject you, but still love yourself because of it. Like, I get rejected all the time by guys who are not interested in me romantically, right? Because I'm a hyper romantic, as you know, like Heather knows, and everyone else who watches this channel probably knows. Like, and I'm an asexual cougar, right? Asexual, not sexual cougar. So I like younger guys, right? And it's like recently I was talking to some guys on ASAP, right? And guys in their 20s, nice guys. I wasn't coming across, I don't think, as too romantic with them, but obviously I told them the truth that I like younger guys romantically, basically, or that I'm looking for a romantic relationship, and they carry on talking to me. Then, like, one of them just stopped talking to me, because I think I said something that they didn't agree with, they didn't like, or wasn't suitable for them, and that's fine, and you have to understand that you cannot be someone you're not just to please other people. Like, this goes back to a video that I put out before, if you remember, recently, is you have to not worry about what other people think of you. Just think, well, they've obviously got a problem with something about you, and that's fine. It's their problem. You move on to other people. Don't waste your time on people that can't be bothered to carry on conversations with you. If they can't, that's wish them well. Love them to bits as they are. Great stuff. Wish them well. Like the ASAP's been playing up for me lately. I haven't been able to get on there as much. So I messaged a couple of guys that were talking to me and said, look, if you want to connect with me on Facebook. They haven't done so. A lot of people won't connect with me on Facebook because it seems they're scared that I'm asexual or something, and they're connected to me as an asexual person. But it's ridiculous because no sexuals have a problem with it. It's only asexuals that ever have a problem with that. It's like, oh, I can't be connected to her on Facebook because I'm not out about being asexual. But there's hundreds of sexuals on there. They don't care that I'm asexual. They're just like, oh, she's got a book out. She's done this, that, and the other with her life. I'd like to be connected to her. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite funny, really. It's quite ironic that the only people that are worried about connecting to me sometimes on Facebook are guys who are asexual. And that might be because they know I'm interested in younger guys and might think, oh, I don't want to get too involved in that. I don't want to connect with her on there. But I would never, ever, ever be in a relationship with someone who won't connect with me on Facebook. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Someone's got to be proud to be with me. So if they've shown any romantic interest in me whatsoever, and even as friends, if they're true friends, why wouldn't they want to connect on Facebook? Why would they want to hide that? So I think it's really important to know that if people reject you, that's fine. That's up to them. I will reject some guys, especially sexual guys that I don't want to be with, because I'm not. Although I've told you on this channel, I do have some sexual behaviour the way I like to kiss. I'm not actually a sexual person, as in, like sexual in orientation. I'm asexual. I don't experience sexual attraction. I don't want to spend my life doing sex. You know what I mean? It's not my thing. So, that means I'm going to be rejecting a lot of sexual guys, and some asexuals won't be suitable for me. There's some asexuals that I really don't want to be with. So I don't, it's not like I want to be with every single asexual myself, but you have to learn that people might reject you, and that's okay, because they're not really rejecting you. They're letting you move on to a person who's more suitable for you and more right for you. So part of self-loving is having the mindset that you're strong in yourself, that you're beautiful, that you're gorgeous in your own right, that if you're looking for a relationship, the right person will either come along, or it's intended for you to be happy being single, because your life is going to be incredibly beautiful as a single person. Like I today was thinking, I'm just so happy to be single. I'm just so happy to be single. Do you know what I mean? I've got no drama going on, no worrying about another person, no thinking about, well, why aren't they doing this, that, and the other, not meeting my standards, and I just thinking life is so much better as a single person. So today I was feeling very, very positive about being single. I love being single as a general rule anyway, but I do kind of crave a romantic relationship quite a lot, being a hyper romantic. But today I just thought, something, I was just so happy to be single, because I just love my life. I'm just very calm and happy in my own little world, and I would be even more happy if I became a writer full time. That is my dream, to be a full-time writer all the time, because when I'm doing that, nothing else really matters as much, apart from obviously my friends. It doesn't matter pursuing a romantic relationship as much. I mean, I rather have a bunch of friends as family. Yeah, Heather. I mean, because I'm a romantic person, I can't say I don't want a romantic relationship, because that would be lying. And again, part of self-loving is to be true to yourself, who you are, and show that to the world, and not, because I could sit here saying I never want a romantic relationship, which is not actually true, And even today, I thought about saying that, but I'm like, no, Sandra, the truth is you do still want a romantic relationship, just you're not, it's not a priority of yours anymore like it used to be. I'd rather have a bunch of friends, but yeah, I mean, friends can be very good, like very good, like family, if you know what I mean. Very, very good. You've just got to remember to always rely on yourself, though, because your friends might have their own life. They might be being busy with doing their own thing. And if you're not self-loving, when they're not around, you could feel very lonely, upset, hurt, in pain. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to be a whole person. You've got to self-date as part of self-loving. I love self-dating. I absolutely adore it. If I had more money, I'd be going out, taking myself, even dating even more, because I absolutely adore it. There's nothing better for my soul than self-dating, because when you're self-dating, it's great as well, because you just love yourself so much more. You just being like a boyfriend and girlfriend to yourself all in one. It's like I'm my own romantic partner, and I'm so into romance, I just think, Sandra, just be romantic with yourself. If a guy cannot be as romantic to you as you are to yourself, what the heck do you even want a guy for? Because it's going to be less than you're used to. It's going to be less exciting life, less romantic life. It's going to be a bit boring for you. So just keep being beautiful you, and keep being romantic with yourself, I mean, the good thing about being single as well is you can literally take off whenever you want. You can do whatever you want. Like I was saying before, the world is your absolute oyster. And I personally think, well, I don't think I'm going to be in the same situation now as I will be in like the next few years. I think big things are going to happen for me in my life, and big changes are going to be for the better. And I just think maybe I need to be single for those, And to be honest, I always feel happier being single. I haven't got the anxiety, the worry, the stress, because I kind of know how to be a good boyfriend to myself if I had a replica of me. Do you know what I mean? It's like the guy would know what to do. He'd know how to please Sandra. He'd know how to be her best friend. He'd know what to say, what to do and stuff. It's like, but other people don't seem to have a clue. And so I really think, the best relationship you can have is literally with yourself, because you can just make yourself so much happier, You can just, like if you want to be romantic, you can go and be romantic with yourself. If you want to give yourself some kisses and hugs, give yourself some kisses and hugs. There's no shame in it. Some people, like loads of people like masturbation, right? Even the asexual ones, not every asexual, but a lot of them, which is part of self-love. But there seems to be this kind of thing where no one's like kissing and hugging themselves. Well, if you're going to masturbate, you may as well kiss and hug yourself, right? Because why not? You're touching yourself physically anyway. There's nothing wrong with giving yourself a nice hug, kissing your arms, kissing yourself. It makes me feel great. I love it, because I love kissing. I love the act of kissing. So I'm just kissing myself these days, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, because when you kiss yourself as well, when I kiss myself, I'm not thinking about other people. If I actually accidentally, my mind starts wandering off to think about guys at all, I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. And I have to stop kissing myself. And I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel as nice. So I make sure I'm not thinking of anyone but myself. And then it feels better. I think I just love myself so much. It's great. But yeah, it's important to have friends. Every human being does need outside contact. It is really important. And it's also a part of self-loving is, you should be self-dating. You should be going out on your own, taking yourself out for meals, taking yourself out to like wherever you want, concerts, dancing, like events in your community. You should be taking yourself out there yourself, to spend time with yourself, because you shouldn't be waiting for someone to come along in your life to save you or to do things with you, because you don't need that. You're a complete unit in yourself. You're a complete bundle of love in yourself, so you don't actually need anyone else. It's very important as well, as part of self-love, to try and have your own independence, even if you have got a partner in some way, because sometimes your partner can drive you completely nuts, or you can get so involved and engrossed in the relationship with them, that you lose yourself in it. So it's really important, if you are in this watching this video and you are in a relationship, that you don't lose yourself, and you do spend some time with yourself, you know, on your own, doing your own thing. You have quality time with yourself, listen to your favorite music, watch a movie, spend some time doing your favorite hobby, so you really stay close to your own soul. You know, I think a lot of the problems when you get into relationship with someone is you kind of can lose your own soul, because you can kind of be so engrossed in their life, so engrossed in their world, so engrossed in what they're doing as well as your own life, that you kind of become distracted and away from your own soul, and you kind of become more engrossed in theirs than you should come than I was going to say more engrossed in them than you should be. You know, it's kind of like you should be engrossed in theirs, but you should be more engrossed in looking after you first, because if you're not feeling good about yourself, it ain't going to be a good relationship. Do you know what I mean? I personally find I thrive a lot more on my own. I personally feel that you know, unless I meet the absolute right guy for me, that's as close to being the ideal guy I want, then it's not going to work. You know, it's really not. It's just going to leave me upset and miserable. So I'd rather be on my own. You know, I think when you're on your own as well, there's a big difference between being on your own and being lonely. Like, if you do all the things I said on this video, you should be self-loving, you should be feeling happy, you should be feeling good about your body, you should be plowing good things into your mind, so your mind should be feeling better. You should be like loving yourself, like kissing, hugging yourself. So you should be getting all the emotional, romantic, if you're a romantic person. Even if you're not a romantic person, lots of aromantic asexuals, those that lack romantic attraction, they still want to feel love. They still like hugging their friends usually. So hug yourself. You know, not all aromantics do like hugging, some don't like touching at all, but some aromantics, they like hugging their friends. So hug yourself. You know, you should be your best friend to yourself. And another thing with self-loving, which might seem counterintuitive, is if you've got any weaknesses or things you don't like about yourself, you need to be aware of them and work on them, not ignore them. Because if you're ignoring them, you're not loving yourself, because you're not paying attention to them, you're not facing up to them, you're burying them in your subconscious as things you don't like about yourself. So the things you don't like about yourself, that are your weaknesses, that you feel bad about, you either have to accept them for who you are, accept all those flaws, accept all those weaknesses, or change it. You can't not do anything about it. Accept it or change it. Those are your two options. If you don't accept it, you won't feel good about yourself. You'll feel bad about yourself. You'll not like yourself, and that can sink you into depression. So you have to accept it, or you have to decide, I will work on changing it, and do it. Do the work it takes to change those things. Like the stuff I've told you today, some things won't come natural, especially not the looking in your mirror at your naked body bit. Some people will be like, oh, I'm not doing that. She told me to do that. She's insane. Why would I do that? It's my body. Oh, why would I do that? Because it's part of getting confident with yourself. It's part of self-loving. It's part of loving the skin and the body that you're in. That's what it's doing. It's building your confidence. You know, if you love yourself, you'll want yourself to be more confident, be more radiant, be more gorgeous. Like, I'm not a skinny girl, yeah? But I still have lots of guys attracted to me. But there'll be some guys that won't be attracted to me because I haven't got a skinny 8 size body, clearly. Right? So it's good, and it's important for me to look in the mirror and love my beautiful, bigger body, you know, my voluptuous body. It's good for me to do that, because there might be the odd guy that comes along and starts saying something that's not so nice. And in order to be feeling confident and good around that type of guy, I need to say, yeah, I'm a bigger girl, but I love my body. I love who I am. So if someone doesn't like that, that's fine. I wish them luck finding a skinny girl for them. Beautiful. Nice to know you. Thanks for sharing. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, and there are always people who like a bigger body. I mean, quite a lot of foreign guys in certain countries, certain European countries, they love the more voluptuous figure. They really do. So there is, you know, there's someone who likes any type of, there's someone who likes every sort of body type, really. You know, there's even, I've even seen programs on TV where there's purposely huge women, and they do like a dating series about guys who like really fat women, you know, and they you know, that, I mean, they're huge, they're way overweight, do you know what I mean? And the guys love that about them. So, you know, there's things on TV where people have like YouTube channels where they particularly want to keep loads of weight on because people find it attractive, you know. So just because that someone's bigger doesn't mean to say they're not attractive, but they won't be attractive to all people, you know. And I think it's really important to love the skin you're in, love the body you're in, love the mind you're in. So the mind is something you have to work on constantly every day. Like, having a positive mindset doesn't come naturally. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yes, Heather. And a lot of asexuals, the good thing about a lot of asexuals is they do go a lot more for personality in general, which is something I really love about asexuals. You know, they're not, because they're not having sex, the majority of them, or they're not interested in having sex. It's more about the personality and the person. Obviously, with me being an extrovert, the majority of asexuals being an introvert, that can sometimes be difficult for them, or especially as I'm a hyper romantic, and most of the asexuals in the world are not hyper romantic like I am. So I've got my extrovert nature and I've got my hyper romanticism, which doesn't go with a lot of other asexual in the community, or well, particularly guys, because that's who I focus on, because that's who I'm romantically attracted to, and who are my friends. Actually, most of my friends, best like asexual friends, are guys. So you know, it's good because a lot of asexual guys, they do look more for personality, you know. But obviously I'm quite extrovert, I'm a very different type of person in some ways. But it's not me who doesn't want to be with a guy who's introverted. I think I could probably be with someone who's introverted, because I'll tell you what, a lot of the introverted guys that I come across, they're out far more than I am. They're out socializing, they're out in clubs, they're out at meetups, they're out doing things. I spend a lot more time indoors than they do. You know, I may be an extrovert, but my behavior is more introverted tendencies, because, you know, like I go out, you know, I go out to do my food shopping like several times a week, because I go and get bits from the supermarket. I live opposite a couple of supermarkets, 15 minutes from another one. So I'm out quite a lot doing food shopping, and I do love my food. But you know, I in terms of like actually going out somewhere, I went out clubbing, as you know, last Tuesday. Before that, you know, I like, the last times I went out before that was once when I went to see my parents and my guinea pig, and before that was at the cinema after my last asexual meetup, which is the end of July. You know, end of June, sorry, not July, end of June. So it's like I went out like 2 times or something. Like last week was August as well, wasn't it? As well. So oh no, it was the end of June. So I think I went out 2 times last month. Like July it was last month. I'm getting confused. So you know what I mean. So I could be with an introverted person, I think, because they go out more than I do. So anyway, you know, I think you just got to love the skin you're in, love the body you're in. You've got to really, really give your positive affirmations, tell yourself lots of positive stuff, stop watching negative stuff on TV, the news, stop pumping negative stuff in you, be around positive people, kiss yourself, love yourself, hug yourself, self-date yourself, and just keep telling yourself how beautiful, how awesome and wonderful you are. Anything you don't like about yourself, accept as it is right now, and then make steps to change it. Don't think about it all the time, just change it. Do it, grow, learn from it, and move on to a better version of you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would date asexual who was faithful. Oh, Heather, that's really sweet. That's really sweet. When you say asexual, I think you mean not asexual person, but asexual as in the orientation that I am, obviously, but I'm into guys, you know. So yeah, that's great. I mean, asexuals tend to be majority tend to be faithful, because they're not obviously going around having sex, but if they're a genuine asexual person. But you know, you can get some asexuals that are still not 100% honest, or they can cheat in other ways, like emotionally and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So it's really important to get to know the individual asexual person. Anyway, it's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you, Heather, so much for joining in. I always love to have you here. Thanks everyone else that's tuned in tonight. I love you so much. Love yourself. Be happy. Love the skin you're in. Love being who you are. And I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful in some way. Thank you so much, Heather. Love you to bits. Love everyone who watches this channel. Thanks for being part of my community. Thanks for the thumbs up. If anyone else would like to give me a thumbs up, that's great. And share this if you think it will help anyone. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that great big bell icon to get notified of every time I go live. Right now, I'll post a new video, and I'll see you on the next live stream or video. Bye. Bye, Heather. Bye, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.